When you're interviewing with a particular firm and going through their process of recruitment, you're going to meet a lot of different people, and each one of them is going to want to understand whether or not you could be the right person for them to hire. And by the same token, it's important for us to understand what that person does in the firm, but more what their role in this interview process is, because understanding all of that will help us navigate the interview process in a better way. And that's the subject of this short video. Hello, my name is Stephen Wright. I'm a career coach here at Career Mentor, and we help high-performing financial services professionals make their next smart career move. So some years ago, I attended a training course with a firm called Miller Heiman, and had this training which was called Strategic Sales. And in fact, here's the book that I got from the training that I did. The idea was that if you're going to sell a product to an organization, then a number of people may well be involved in deciding which of the products on offer they want to purchase. So imagine that you're selling some software to an aircraft manufacturing firm. Not just one person's going to make that decision. Several people are going to be involved in that decision. And I think we can draw some lessons from that in terms of the way in which you go through an interview process and the different types of people that you're going to meet. Let's think about three things that we want to understand about the kind of people that we're going to meet. The first one is, well, which archetype am I meeting? It might be somebody, for example, who is the archetype, the person who you're going to be reporting to directly. It might be somebody from HR who's taking a more technical view on the recruitment process. And it might also be somebody who's going to be a future colleague, someone as a peer in your peer group who may have a different way of thinking about the hiring that the firm is doing. Each archetype has their own kind of concerns and agenda, which then lead us to the second point. What is the win for that individual? And so as you meet each of those archetypes during the interviews, it's important to try and understand what's most important to that person sitting on the opposite side of the table as you go through that particular interview. The third thing to consider is, well, what level of influence will that person have on the final decision as to which candidate is hired for the job? And this level of influence may well change during the process of the interview process. So, for example, if you have people who are screening out and screening in candidates for interview, then those people doing that screening will have a high level of influence at that time. That might be people in the talent acquisition team, it might be the recruiter, or it might be somebody from HR. When they are choosing who even gets to be interviewed, they obviously have a high level of influence. However, later in the process, their level of influence may not be as high. Somebody who clearly has a high level of influence on the final decision will be the person that you're going to be reporting to should you get the job. So understanding the level of influence is also important. So as you go through the interview process, try and understand what archetype that you're talking to, understand what's most important to them from their own perspective, and understand their level of influence on the procedure. And all of that is going to give you a great deal of insight into the interview process that you're going through, how to navigate it in a more effective way. I hope you found that useful. I'll be putting the blog that I wrote about this in the comments below here on LinkedIn, and please do like this and share it should you feel it's worth it. And furthermore, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, then welcome to the channel. Please hit the subscribe button and please like this as well. Thank you very much.